Terre, President and CEO of the Boulder Chamber. And as we approach the holiday season and start to reflect on the year that was, we have the opportunity for our annual check-in with the leadership of the Boulder Chamber, our Boulder Chamber Board Chair, and the incoming chair for 2004. Kate Brown is our current chair, and Dennis Paul will be our incoming chair in 2004. And we wanted to have a chat with them about some of the things that they really appreciated about the work of the Boulder Chamber in the past year, and looking ahead to next year. What are they excited about? So let's just kick that conversation off. Welcome both of you to Chamber Chat.
Thank you.
And I will just say, first of all, I just thank you both for your leadership throughout the year. It's always an interesting environment at the Boulder Chamber. We take on so many different responsibilities, and you, as leaders of our board of directors, help to champion and guide us through that work. And it's, I know, dealing even just with me is enough of an accomplishment. But exactly.
Exhausting.
I understand. But let's just talk about the Boulder Chamber overall and just the accomplishments for the year. And just I'll start with you, Kate. Just wondering, what do you think of as highlights for 2023 in the work of the Boulder Chamber?
You know, I think that the Boulder Chamber continues to be a unique chamber in that you do tackle so much. And it's complicated. I mean, I think the Chamber has done a great job studying the issues that are unique or most imperative to the Boulder business community. And Boulder Together is a great example with the workforce development, the transportation, and the I'm so impressed by that housing.
Exactly.
Thank you.
It's a lot to keep track of.
Yes, it's a lot to keep track of. But in tackling those three initiatives, the care that has gone into considering the entire landscape of the Boulder business community, you know, small businesses and attracting and retaining large businesses. So it is not an easy task, and there's a huge amount of work that goes into it. And I am so impressed with the way that you and your staff have continued to address those issues and make real progress on the three initiatives.
Well, thank you, Kate.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And obviously, again, guided by our leaders at the board of directors. So, Dennis, you're taking on the responsibility of the board chair.
That's right. There's a new sheriff in town.
It's going to clean everything up.
That's
Change
right.
is happening right now as you see it. But just, again, reflecting on
Sure.
2023, just anything that stands out for you as highlights.
Well, you know, obviously my organization, Elevations, we fully support the economic vitality initiatives. Boulder Together, you kind of stole my thunder, Kate. When we think about the work that's been done, the work that continues to be done, I always ask myself, if we're not doing it, who is?
Yeah.
And for things like, you know, workforce housing, transportation, workforce development, and things like that, we can wait for, you know, governmental organizations, our esteemed council, you know, and local government can work on that, and they do. But we really don't have time. They work at a different pace. So I think, you know, the things that are impacting our workforce, our businesses, those are things that we've taken on head on, and we've made strides. So if not us, who? So obviously economic development's huge. Economic vitality, and you know, when I think about 2023, I think about the staff at the chamber and the staff that you've put together, and your leadership and your senior leaders really are doing a yeoman's job of moving the ball down the field. So the chamber's started to engage in some process-driven management. That's near and dear to my heart. As a Baldridge organization, we love seeing that. But yeah, I think the outcomes and just the sheer amount of work leading to true impact has been a huge pride point for me.
Thanks. You know, one thing you guys, you know, alluded to when you started talking about housing, but an issue that I know has been paramount to the business community this year is the whole homelessness issue. And you know, I'll just say for myself, I was really proud of just our leadership. And you talk about it, Dennis, and saying that if not us, then who? And I know that there's many other players in the homelessness discussion, but was particularly proud that we as an organization, and I'm talking about collectively, staff, board, said we're going to take this on, we're going to learn about what are the best influences on improving the situation, put together a package of policies, and then drive towards initiatives that are going to have real change. So, we saw it in support for an initiative that is going to be focused on the enforcement side, and that was successful. But also, we're looking at supporting the housing you guys mentioned, services that will address the needs of that house, sort of that balance. So, just something I personally.
I'm glad you brought that up, because we would have been remiss in not acknowledging that. That was that body of work, truly cross-functional in the community, spearheaded by the chamber, is something that really nobody had done, and I think it creates a framework from which any number of different organizations and entities, government organizations and NGOs can work from.
Yeah, and we had great collaboration with our partners at the Visit Boulder and Downtown Boulder in that work, which is how we were most effective bringing the businesses together. Well, let me just move forward then, and Dennis, I'm going to start with you, because darn it, you're going to be in that leadership chair.
You keep reminding me.
I do, which makes me nervous. It's like new change is coming. But I do just, as you think about going forward, what are your goals and hopes and things that get you most excited about the year ahead?
No, I think we really 2024 will be a high yield year for the chamber. Obviously, an inclusive economic environment, healthy recovery is very important to me. The work that's been done by our DE&I committee really has set the tone, and we can take a leadership role in that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, continuing to look ahead with Boulder Together. So what are the challenges that we're willing to take on, and we can take on, and that we will rise to the occasion with, for sure. So I think we're well positioned for 2024. I also like the idea of looking at what does regionalism mean to the Boulder Chamber. We're a leader amongst chambers on the Front Range. We're certainly a leader with the Northwest Chamber Alliance. We'll probably have some quality discussion around kind of convening the forces in our region and seeing if we can't move the ball collectively.
Yeah, that is so important, because so many of our issues that we deal with right here in the city of Boulder are impacted by regional forces, and the solutions have to be regional. So I appreciate that point. Well, let me ask you, Kate. So, now that you're passing with the time, and, you can sit back a little bit. What do you expect? What do you expect for Dennis's leadership and for the chamber?
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I think one of the themes that's coming out of this discussion today is that the chamber does not work in a vacuum. We do not operate in a vacuum, and we do not serve our members in a vacuum. So we have city partners, and we have regional partners, and we have all of these people that we work with. You touched on the DE&I initiatives, and it has been really thrilling for me to see that DE&I initiative is too small of a word. I'm not coming up with a good word right now, but it's not just we have this, now we're going to cover this. It is being woven into every part. I mean, it's integrated into the board, and it's integrated into staff, and it's integrated into the member events, and it's becoming part of the weave of the fabric. And instead of more of a surface effort, I see it going really deep, and I'm very excited about that. And it's almost like there's so much momentum. Watch out, this is great. And I think that's inspiring to hopefully the business community to see how, some of the steps that we're taking, and also reaching out and getting ideas from other people who are doing it really, really well. I think that's been fascinating. The other thing that I love, and this happens every year, but because there's so much going on with, we just had an election, and the chamber does a great job creating that scorecard. It is so much information. When we have initiatives come up and we have to vote, there's so much research to do on both the candidates and what's on the ballot, the issues that are on the ballot. And the chamber does a great job of researching those and providing a scorecard. So, it's these member value That's the member value proposition that is so strong and that just continues to be strong. The Boulder economic, I'm holding it. I just want you to know that John did put this right in my hands for me too. But Boulder Together was what I was going to mention.
Yeah.
Even though I'm holding this copy. Boulder Together is a really strong force within the chamber, and the investors. We appreciate the investors so much, and there's such a return on that investment. It's very exciting to see it move forward.
Yeah, no, we've got big plans ahead for Boulder Together. We're completing the package of work that we've been focused on, which was related to not just workforce retention and attraction, but also some of the more highlighted issues coming out of COVID. But there are new concerns for businesses, and so we will be exploring with them, our business community, what their greatest concerns are, and then tackling that, as we always say, the greatest challenges for a brighter, bolder future. With that Boulder Together recalibration of that initiative. So exciting.
Let us not forget the logo on the mug.
Yeah.
BEC, we had a fabulous economic summit this year.
Yes.
Incredible attendance and powerful presentations.
Yeah.
BEC has really come to be known as a resource, if I can say that right, for our businesses, for our community, for our partners in government, our regional partners. BEC has really hit its stride as well. We're going to have some opportunities in 2024 to get some fresh eyes on that and take it to the next level for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. So much to look forward to in the work of the Boulder Chamber. So now I get to ask you sort of the penultimate questions. Leaders in our community, what are you looking forward to and hope for our businesses, for our economy, for our community in the year ahead?
Boulder has done it. The growth of Boulder has been fascinating to watch over the last 50 years. I mean, even though I'm only 21. It's been really fascinating to watch both the geographic growth and the community growth. I have a lot of confidence that there are people who are continuing to steward that growth, and I think that the growth of our business community and who makes up our business partners in the community is going to continue to be extremely important. And I think the Chamber will play a key role in being able to attract and serve the companies that come into Boulder, as well as like the little one-person small businesses that are really crucial to the spirit and the economic health of Boulder. So I think I think Boulder continues to grow in a thoughtful way, and the Chamber I see as a really important part of that.
Thanks, Keith. Well, Dennis, your thoughts looking forward?
Well, I mean, we do have the election behind us. That's great. You always hear people say all politics is local. I would submit that all economics ultimately is local. In other words, what we see on the national level, Boulder's resilient, and we are blessed with incredible minds, incredible organizations, companies that are very thoughtful. Kate, I think you make a good point. So I think we're at a point, hopefully, where we can spend our time looking through the windshield instead of the rearview mirror and get in lockstep. So we have the talent in this community, we have the business acumen and an amazing array of talent. When I think about CU and the labs and all of our bioscience, because all of these business clusters are here and they're bright folks. So the headwinds we face around homelessness or around diversity, around making sure economic health and vitality is inclusive, we should be able to rise to that occasion. And certainly as a chamber, we are conveners. And one thing we do is we don't talk amongst ourselves, we talk amongst our community. And so I'm always bullish on Boulder. We'll turn these headwinds into opportunities for everyone. That's kind of my vision.
I love that vision. And I'd say, it was mentioned by Kate, but we don't work independently, we don't work in a vacuum, but we bring to the table the business leadership voice in addressing the challenges and taking advantages of the opportunities that they're presented, because we have such great resources. We have the great research university, we have such talented business leaders, and all of that coalescing in a beautiful environment to hopefully keep us continuing to be resilient and separate apart from what might happen on a national level. So I thought that was a great point. Well, I'll just say this again. It's been a big year for us. Really was the year of coming fully out of the COVID experience and addressing those concerns. And there are new challenges that we face as a community because of it. But I'm bullish, as Dennis suggested, because of the work that we do here, the teamwork that we have with our board, and because of the support of our members who drive our business. So I'll just say this on behalf of the Boulder Chamber. I thank the two of you for your leadership.
Absolutely.
Kate, you're awesome. It's been a great year. She can be a tough, counselor, but always supportive, and really appreciate it. And Dennis, I'm looking forward to the changes that are coming. But no, I just really
I'll take an opportunity. Pardon me. I don't know to thank Kate for her leadership.
Yeah.
You've done a great job as our chair, and big shoes to fill.
You both have been great to work with. It's been my pleasure.
Thank you. All right, well, listen, I will just leave it there, but I'll say happy holidays to all of you in Chamber Chatland and our Boulder business community. We so appreciate your support throughout the year, and as you can see, we're accomplishing a lot on behalf of our Boulder businesses and economy, and we look forward to a bright future ahead in 2024. So happy holidays from the Boulder Chamber, and we'll see you next time on Chamber Chat.